instead of that little sun about the size of my fist being inside my heart, my perception was right below my root chakra, there was a bubble. Let's bring it in the picture. A bubble that went around me like that. It was almost like the heart chakra on the inside, which was here, and later expanded out, and turned up, became the same thing on the inside, but in a bigger format on the outside. It's probably the easiest way to explain it. It took almost a year for me to go through that process. The 8th initiation, you get there by service to others. You totally lose that service to self. You got to trust that you are a creator God to get to that point. When you do that, it's a constant losing of the ego. Yes, you still have ego. On whatever level that we're going to be walking around in this reality, you're still going to have... I still have those lapses of going back into Bill Ballard. The story. Because that's what it is. It's a story. The higher levels are perception of time being all in the now. The past, present, and future is all in the now. I now meditate on myself as a child, sending me the messages of what I know now, and I'm shifting the story to heal some of the fears that I had then and release those fears in the now. Does that make sense? Healing is a reliving of those experiences and learning the lessons that you learned from those experiences, and then releasing it so that you haven't got to have those experiences again. Otherwise, everything's going to repeat. That's how the hologram works. When you have the fears, when you have the uncertainties, then those uncertainties are going to repeat until you finally get over it. So you finally accept who you are and what's going on here, and expand your perceptions of how reality works. And as you do that, those lessons get complete, and you don't need to go through them again. They're done, and you can move on. And to truly become the master and the creator, that's what you've got to do. You got to be thankful for all the people that you had the karmic games with, but part of the ascension process is the moving out of karma, which is the continuing replaying of those games with your soul family and your soul group for the experiences that you need to learn to become a creator God and to begin the process of ascension and remembering. So acknowledgement of those lessons and having gratitude for those lessons and for those souls, which are all part of you, but fragments of the same one, that allows us to experience our individuality. Without them, you can't experience yourself. You know, without having the dark, you can't identify with the light. You know, you've got to give gratitude to all those persons that have been playing the game with you all this time. Send them love. A lot of them aren't ready to master the game. They're not ready to quit. But you don't have to play with them anymore. A lot of them took our energies as we were growing. They took our energies by trying to control us or change our thought pattern or deny these things that we knew as truths that we couldn't understand because we hadn't activated enough and arrived at those levels of consciousness at that point in the illusion, in the ego perceptions of our lives and the illusion. So part of the process is to recognize that, identify it, release it, and continue on. And know that every single individual consciousness here is going through the same process that we're going through. And they're becoming creator guides too. Whether they're conscious of it and choosing to ascend or not. There'll be other ascension times. But I believe everybody here on Earth that's here right now, they're here to ascend. I keep on saying that we've got the conscious choice between duality and the oneness or unity, but I truly believe everybody that's here is here because they're choosing to ascend. They're just not conscious of it yet. As the frequencies increase, whatever thoughts and perceptions that they have at a certain level is going to manifest pretty damn quick, and their lives are going to become either heaven on earth or hell on earth. And that's why we all chose to be incarnate here at this time. Cheers. It's my white lightning. It's Mississippi thing. The 8th Ascension Initiation in perceptions of light was very much like the 5th. It's on a galactic. It's a service to self. It's wanting to identify with the universal creator role. I know that I just transcended galactic with universal, but we have the ability to, it's almost like pipes up here, and there's different rings or levels that you see here, and it's even expanded out, but you can stop off at either one of these dimensional levels of perception, or you can continue going through the center to much higher levels of perception. My perception of expanding my consciousness now is not linear. It used to. Before I activated in the 5th Ascension Initiation, I would raise my consciousness up my Antakrana to the solar chakra, or the galactic chakra, the Melchizedek chakra. And if I was doing inventions, which, you know, I've been an inventor a good part of my life, and many of you that have known me throughout this life have known that, I recognize the ability to move my consciousness out of my head, in that duality, and up to life cord, to be able to perceive from the universal Melchizedek level. And I could put out the thought of a need for a mechanical device that I would later build out to the universe via the consciousness, and then I would be able to receive, that's the broadcasting station, and then I would be able to receive that consciousness back in through that chakra and bring it down in as light codes, as consciousness codes, and sometimes a lot of pictures. It was like a volume of an encyclopedia on a certain subject that had its pages all ripped out and were jumbled up. Now, you get pages of information and pictures, but you had to reassemble that to be able to comprehend it. And that's kind of what was going on with the 8th initiation, my perceptions, rather than going up and down the life cord, are going through each higher chakra download. And the chakras that I'm downloading with the 8th Ascension initiation are all external. All the chakras are external at that point. And it's not just one giant chakra. It's little individual points all over that is getting filled in as it activates and expands and forms this giant sphere. In my levels of consciousness, rather than going up and down the life cord, now it goes out spherical. You know, whatever, it's like a ball, but spherical all around, that the thoughts are going wherever. To be returned to me in whatever it is that I'm asking or wanting to know, or wanting to feel, or to experience, or to send out to change the universe around me. It's just a different level of perception. And after about a year of going through the 8th Ascension initiation, which took me most of 2011, around Christmas of 2011, I stepped into the 9th Ascension initiation, initiating the light frequencies in my light body, my pranic body, energy body. And that level, that chakra that's on the external, went from just above or just below my root chakra, below my hips, being that bubble star, that spherical light that's around me. And in the 9th, it went all the way to my toes, all the way to below my feet. I know you would think that the ascension column would have taken care of that, but the ascension column, my perceptions of it was mostly upper torso. It was around the original 7 chakras. And what happened in the 8th was, as all the smaller chakras activated, it just expanded, which overlapped into the 9th, which incorporated the full of my physical being. And I'm walking around literally in what is my perception of a star. That's the easiest way to express it in words. I keep on trying to find words, and how do you express these things to be able to tell others? Because there's truly no words for it. All those chakras amplify the bliss with every single chakra download from the 5th Ascension initiation. It's just higher and higher intensities of bliss, higher intensities of light, consciousness, memory, remembering home, who I truly am. Not Bill Ballard. Bill Ballard's the ego. The light body is who I truly am. And I keep on telling people that that expansion of that light body and who I truly am is all that really matters to me, and that's my truth. There is nothing else. The rest is illusion. An illusion that I know I can control. An illusion that I know I have the ability to manifest anything that I need, and I'm always taking care of. What is it do I want?